How y'all doing? What's going on? I'm doing my live. I was on here earlier and I really didn't have a lot of time to really get on here. But I'm deciding now to get on later. Yes, which is now. I'm deciding now. So we want to talk about a couple of things, and I got time now because earlier I was working and I always have to get off sometimes. Well, I just have to get off when I get a call or something like that, but I decided to go ahead and get on tonight. I'm trying to pin a comment on here, but I don't know how to do it. Yeah, I do not know how to pin it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to see how to pin a comment here on my chat, but I don't. Wait a minute, I may have it. No, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to actually pin a comment. I'm trying to figure it out. It's kind of hard. No, that's not it. No, I'm not really good at doing it. I do not know how to pin this comment on here. I thought it was a way to do it, but I actually don't see a way to do it. Maybe I'll just start talking and just forget about the comment. Oh, yeah, I don't know. No. I don't know how to do it. I don't even know if it's a way to do it, but I don't feel like, right, I don't know how to do it. Alright, so we just gonna chill out here for a minute. I guess I'll start talking right now. So I named this chat. I've been working on this goal for about a little while now. And what I'm trying to do, like I'm kind of sort of stuck between freedom and I'm stuck between, so freedom and what else? I don't even know what I'm gonna say. So I'm stuck between freedom and stability. I think this, yeah, I don't even know what I want to say. Yeah, but anyway, let me just say. So yeah, I'm pretty much, to me, I feel like I'm stuck between freedom and stuck between stability. Like two things that I'm stuck between. Let me actually open my tablet up on the side. I got my tablet right here, so I'm talking to y'all, and I got my tablet too. So how y'all doing tonight? What's going on? Y'all can see I do lives almost every day, but I'm a little random with it. A little random. So security and freedom. That's what I really want to say. I'm stuck between security and freedom. So I just feel like I can't have both quite yet, but I'm getting there, trying to get both. And the thing about freelancing, see, it's like I got all the potential and all the skills, right? Because I'm a Spanish interpreter, and I actually got my first, not my first client. I got a client on Fiverr.com today. Hey, how you doing? Y'all go ahead and like, subscribe. But I got my first client on Fiverr to, well, it's not my first client. I had a few clients on Fiverr, and I was so happy that I got my first client. I was very happy. I'm Russell, yeah. I was happy because I got one of my first clients this year, let's put it like that. And they needed interpreting services in Spanish and English. So I was happy. I was so happy I got my first client on there. And my whole goal is I'm trying to move away from using platforms and stuff like that. I'm trying to really get to the point where I'm just really getting my own direct clients. That's what I'm trying to get to do. And it's very challenging. It is very challenging. So that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about freedom and security. And I'm like I said, I'm stuck between those both. I can get a job interview so easy. Like I actually got an interview today, and it was them wanting to hire me, and they still want to hire me. But it's full time. It is full time. I want to just get this job to somebody right now. I wish I can just give it to be like, I'll tell you about it and you take it for me, because I'm kind of stuck in between. Like it's not hard for me to get an interview too hard. I've been applying and I've been getting interviews like back to back. But sometimes I don't accept them because I'm trying to work on my own business. And when you take a full time job, it take away really the time that you need to work on your business. So I'm still freelancing, and I think that's just better. But it is a challenge to really do both, and it's good that I'm going through everything because I gotta learn. You gotta learn, and some people scared to just jump out there. They scared. They always want to stay at a full time job, and I don't think it's nothing wrong with staying with a full time job. But my thing is, if I'm at a full time job, it has to align with what I'm doing at this point in my life. For the most part, that's just how I feel because I'm trying to build. I'm building, currently building, still building my own business. So what do y'all think about it? I mean, this is what we talking about. I see people kind of giving weird comments like that ain't got nothing to do with the topic. But I mean, that's another thing when you stuck between those two, you can't be distracted too. And I feel like a full-time job could distract you in some cases, but like I said, it depends on where you at in the situation. Cause like I said, a full-time job, so I don't know the job really that they trying to offer me is okay, but I just don't think it's. So the topic we talking about right now is a true topic, and it's true about my current situation where I am right now. So it's security or freedom. I can't have both yet. That's the topic that we talking about. Security or freedom. I cannot have both yet. So as you know, I have my YouTube channel, right? It's Russell Trilingual in the Vibe Zone. But at the same time, I'm also building a business as well, which is online. It is completely remote. So what I'm just telling people about is like the struggles that it takes to transition and it takes to do it. And I'm personally talking about um, exactly that particular situation. Right. So that's really the challenges of it. I'm speaking on my personal challenges, but I'm sure other people possibly can relate to it. Possibly, yeah, I'm sure other people probably can relate. But we only want comments that's related to the topic. So that's another thing. Like I do lives and stuff, but I realize I get like a lot of stuff that's just not related. And I don't mind losing subscribers if it's not really people that's contributing to what I'm talking about and what I'm representing on my channel. At first, I used to care about it, but now I really don't. Because it's really actually a good thing. When you think about your time that you put into something, I mean, you want it to be worth it. So, yeah. So, if it's not somebody responding to or, interacting with what I'm talking about, then, I mean, it's no purpose, you know. So, like I say, my topic today is security or freedom. I can't have both of them yet. Okay, this comment is interesting, like AI, that kind of sort of relates somewhat to what I could sort of get off into. So AI, I think that it's a useful tool. Like AI is very useful. Like it helps me a lot because sometimes I use ChatGPT to be honest. It can help you learn a language. I think it can help you come up with a certain type of idea as far as like, because it's still you. You know what I'm saying? Like I use ChatGPT to ask like, okay, what are my three different ways to succeed, right? Based on what I do, right? So I'm in Mexico, y'all. So I live in Mexico. So obviously, my three lanes would be a full-time job. It would be to keep doing what I do now, because right now I do freelance right now. And at the same time, I'm leveraging my business with the freelance too. So I'm doing both of those. Dice, hola Rosso, siga adelante con tu canal. Oh, muchas gracias, carnal. Ya estás suscrito, te invito a que te suscribas. Muchas gracias. Yeah. So I've got my white hood. What you mean about your white hood? But yeah. So that's basically what I'm talking about. It's a job they called me today, and they offered me. Let's just go and say it. They offered me 18.15 an hour. That's what they offered me. But I'm like, man, I feel like it's a lot of time that I would have to put into that job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying to work on my business. Like I hate when you know what I'm saying? It's almost like, man, I'm stuck in that middle. Like it's like I'm in the middle to where I'm like, dang, I don't want to take something where it's like not paying me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because to me, time is a very important element. And I'm like, it sound good in a way just because, okay, well, at least, you get a stability with the hours. But I feel like I have to pay in time. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't always think about time. And I'm already working for myself, right? But I'm still trying to leverage my work for myself with my current freelancing. And I'm trying to really use that to grow my business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, so I'm trying to leverage that with the business. So it's kind of difficult, but I'm doing it. I'm doing it, and I believe in myself, and I believe that I'm going to be able to do it. But it just take time, It just take a lot of time. But yeah, the interview was good. I know I did a good job, and then I know that they liked me. Yeah, so I knew that they liked me. So that was a good thing. But yeah, that's what we talking about. We talking about the security of freedom. I can't have both yet. So I feel like you said you believe in me. You believe in me too. So what do you think about it? Because I like to come to y'all to ask y'all what you think. Because it's like I really don't want to take a full-time job because I feel like it take too much time away from. Did it take a lot of time away from my business? From my business, from what I'm trying to build. But it sound good because it's stable, right? Or at least they say it's stable, right? So it's kind of like stuck between both things, you know? So this is the topic today, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. If you on my channel and you follow me, I teach languages, which is Spanish and French, and I have my own website, and I'm a Spanish interpreter. But I think the hardest part is just for me to get clients. English, Spanish, and French. Yeah. So if I can get like at least a few clients, that'll be really good though. But okay, I'm gonna ask y'all what y'all think. I'm gonna just ask y'all personal opinion. If you had a choice between taking a full-time job, right? Like I haven't had no problem in really getting a full-time job. I haven't had no problem with it. I could have accepted some offers that I just didn't accept, right? I wish I can get y'all the offers. I could probably help somebody find a job, to be honest. So, would you take a full-time job, or would you continue to freelance even though it's not always stable, but you would still be working on your own business at the same time? Or would you take the full-time job and still work on your business? What would you do in that case? Like the job was paying, you would do freelance. Okay, yeah, the job they was trying to offer me, I'm not gonna say the company, but it was about 18 some an hour, right? And I could still take it if I want to. But then I was thinking like, okay, they want me to work weekends, they want me to work possibly holidays and stuff like that. But I'm already working freelance, which is, I mean, the thing about it is it's not always consistent, but it's still always something, right? It's just not always consistent, but it's always something, right? So I'm like, and I can still work on my business, right? But if I took the full-time job, then okay, I have less time to really work on it, but it will be stable, right? Stable hours. So I'm like, I'm always hesitant about it. And then by me being in Mexico, I mean, it also complicates things, trying to, work remotely for an employer. That complicates things too. So I just don't know if they would even track you for being, you know, in a different country than when they hire people. So it's like, that's why I'm pretty much stuck at this moment. So, yeah. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee originally. You said, bro, this is my experience. I started my own catering company um at 27, not young. You talking about not young. I mean, I'm 10 years older than it. And that's still young, and I don't think that I'm not young. I mean, I think I am, and I think young is, just knowing what you need to do sooner than later, no matter what the age. I thought I could manage a team of students. It didn't go well for me, but I would strongly suggest you do you. Okay, so you did it. Okay, I like you for sharing that experience. That's a good experience. I needed to hear that. Somebody that had this similar experience. Somebody said, according to my friends, they went for a stable job. The other took risks. Both do well, but I do work freelance because I care so much about my family. El tiempo que paso con ellos es más importante. Okay, so what do you think that works out better? Todos somos diferentes y la suerte nos sonríe y guía de otras maneras. Okay, yeah, what do y'all think works better though? Do you think that's what I'm saying? So I'm saying, hey Matilda, how you doing? So is it better if you so I'm gonna just give you my three. I like to split my things into three lanes. Like I'm Russell Trilingual, right? So I like to split it in three lanes. Number one, I could take a full-time job, right? Which would be stable, right? But of course, I'm in Mexico too, so I just don't know how strict they would be on as far as like saying, "Oh, you're not in the area we want you to be in," and I just don't know, because I'm like, maybe as long as I got Wi-Fi or whatnot, I might be good, right? But it's still a risk that come with it. That's number one, and I'll still work on my company, but it wouldn't be as much as I do now. It wouldn't be like the same energy, right? Exactly, because I won't have the same time. So this lane number one right there. Lane number two is I can keep on freelancing, doing what I'm doing now, right? So I got two different platforms that I freelance for, and I'm working every day. So it ain't like I'm not working. I'm working every day. So if I can add at least one other freelance some type of way, then I'm good. I'm pretty much good. But I just need something where it's like stable to where it's almost guaranteed pretty much, to add on to that. So I would do that like a hybrid and then also still work on my business at the same time. So it's really like two lanes kinda than three. It's really more like two. It's kind of like three, because when you say, okay, full-time job, freelancing, and then my own business, which is still freelancing, but it's directly for me. So it's like three lanes: full-time job, like if you have a full-time job, freelancing, or my business. There's three lanes, but I'm still gonna be freelancing or full-time. It's gonna be like hybrid. You know what I'm saying? It's like a hybrid. So the hybrid would be like full-time job in my business or freelance in my business. That's kind of where it runs at, right? Because I'm already freelancing and doing a business, right? But I want to freelance possibly for one other company to stabilize, right? So that's the option. So what do y'all think about that? And I do interpreting. I do Spanish interpreting. Okay, bro, this is very simple. If your business requires footfall, I work remotely. So I work remotely. That's what I do. I called around some places, and some people were saying they already had like people that interpreting because this was Spanish, right? I called people in California. I called people in Texas. And I'm not going to say I called like a lot of people. Like I think the last week I called probably about maybe like 8 people. And today I just called one, and then I think I called somebody yesterday. So I've been kind of sort of dibbing and dabbing in it trying to get people. So, well, I do teach remotely too, but I don't be calling around offering the teaching services. I call around and I offer the remote interpreting services. Because see, I already interpret remotely for other agencies. Already there's remote. But I sort of kind of dread, like, dang, why can't I get the same amount of work directly coming to me? Like, I'd be so upset. Like, man, I need that. If I had it coming directly to me, I'd be good. But it's like I'm going through, it's still helpful because I'm going through the agencies, right? Because it's still like they find the clients for you. But I'm like, dang, it's got to be a workaround to get the clients directly to me. Like today, I got one client on Fiverr, but it's not my website, right? But it still would be better if I just had. So this is the whole thing. I just need more consistency in some type of way. Like my freelance, I'm not gonna complain too much about that because if I just had like one more, when you working freelance like that, they may not always have the same workload. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like based on where I'm at now, I just need like at least one more freelancer to have a more stable workload. You know what I'm saying? But ideally, of course, at the end of the day, I want it to be my own business where I got my own steady clientele that's remotely. That's what I really want. Like, so whether I was to work a full-time job, my end result still gonna be my own business at the end of the day. Whether I continue to freelance, it's still gonna be the end result. I still wanted my own clients. When you work full-time, it just takes so much time away from it. And it's like, that's the price you gotta pay for it. And I don't want to be like I'm working full time and then be like later I'm like, oh, you kind of sort of get distracted from it. You said it's a website visibility, and I hate this, but LinkedIn. So you think, what do you mean about LinkedIn? Like I have went on LinkedIn and tried to like find certain type of jobs. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, working remote, for a U.S. company in Mexico, it's kind of hard to do that. Well, I never tried it. I just don't know if they would know. You know what I'm saying? Like if you ever work for a U.S. Company in another country, I don't know how strict they would be. I never actually did that. But I know that there's no one that's going to actually tell you that you can. Like no one is going to actually say that you can, but I just don't know the logistics on. Cause I always think like, okay, well, as long as you have Wi-Fi or the connection, you cool. I mean, it shouldn't really matter, to be honest. Like if you work for a company in another country. I mean, what do you think about that? Well, they have LinkedIn, yeah. They may have LinkedIn, but they pay is not going to be the same normally. Like a U.S. company is going to normally pay more than if you're working for a Mexico company. So I just was wondering, like, just if you did work for a U.S. company, would would you would they? I always sort of kind of this is the kind of gist I get when I have kind of sort of felt for the situation. I kind of sort of feel like they may not enforce it like that. Yeah, I just feel like they may not enforce it. That's kind of what I feel because I'm like, okay, well, as long as you got Wi-Fi and you got a connection, I don't see how they would enforce it. But I know companies that I have looked at before, they they send equipment to you though. Like they actually send the equipment. So to me, that's sort of kind of risky because it's like, I mean, they send it to you the equipment. So it's like the only question would be like, okay, I've never actually actively tried it before, you know. So I don't know. That's what I'm talking about, right? If I had a work alongside international government, I could try to figure something out like that. Yeah, I would try to look into that, but I got this test I gotta take again. It's remote. It's for remote, and I gotta take it again. And it's an opportunity for me to have like more remote work for interpreting. Because I passed two parts of a three-part test. So it's simultaneous interpreting. It's like, man, you got to be talking at the same time that the person talking. So I got a 60.98 and I need to make a 70. So I just got to pay to actually take that again. And if I take it again and pass it, they will unlock extra work or possible work for me. The thing about it, the person said it's a lot of work available for it, but I don't know because I never actually actively worked this. But that's my plan. I plan on retaking the test. I think that's a smart move. It's $130. So, because it was free for them to, whoa, bro, who is telling you this? Who telling me what? Who telling me what? What you talking about? I don't know what you mean. What you mean? I'm just talking about the experience. What you talking about? Like who telling me what? I don't get what you mean. What do you mean? Who telling me what? You talking to me? Oh no. So what I did was it's a certain company, right, that is for it's for immigration, okay? It's for like legal type thing. And they want me to take tests in order for me to become certified. But it's like certified with their company, right? So in order for me to work for them remotely, they allow remote work. Um, they I had to take it's one test, right? It's one test, 3 sections. So I passed 2 sections of the test. I passed the consecutive portion of interpreting and the sight translation. I passed two sections. It was 3, so I have to retake the simultaneous. So I have to take that. So if I can pass it, which I came close, then I'll be able to be part of a clientele, which would add on to my current freelancing. So that's what I got to do. Well, that's what I think is a smart thing to do because it's not like um, an employer in the U.S. You know, it's not like this, so it's different. Like they're very flexible. So I'm just thinking I'm gonna just go ahead and retake that, and I'm gonna just see how it is. Cause if I can do that, then you say, yeah, I'm thinking it's smart. Yeah, cause I'm gonna tell you what happened one time, and this probably will be very interesting. There actually was a job that I actually got approved for, and it was a remote job, and it was a U.S. based company, right? And they never really said any restrictions on saying that I couldn't work anywhere. You know what I'm saying? They didn't say that. Oh, you can work in Mexico. They didn't say. They didn't say none of it, right? They didn't, right? So I wasn't finna really say like, I'm in Mexico. Why volunteer the information? You know what I'm saying? You said I'm not okay. So simultaneous, what that means is like if I say voy a la tienda, right? I just say voy a la tienda. That's in Spanish, right? In French, I say je vais faire les courses. Je vais aller faire les courses, right? It's like I'm going shopping, right? If I was to do it simultaneous, I would have to follow you at the same time that you're talking. So if you talking in English, like you said, I'm not a polyglot. Can I ask what a simultaneous test means? I would have to talk literally at the same time that you talking in, like I got to talk in Spanish while you talking in English, and I got to be translating in real time. So it's translation in real time, like at the same time that you're talking to say what you say. I have to be talking that in Spanish, and it is for legal type stuff that's on a high register. So right, it's on a high. It ain't just like basic interpretation. They gave me one test before that was simultaneous, and I passed it because it was more simple language. The language wasn't like on a very high register. It was on like just an everyday kind of middle lip register, like a middle register, but it wasn't on just no high register. So I passed it. But this one section that I need to retake is definitely was on a higher register. And like I said, I got a 60 point, not close to 61, but I needed a 70. So I would have to pay this time to retake that test. But like I say, that's really a cool option because it kind of would take away a lot of pressure from me having to really give into a full-time job. Because, I mean, I would take a full-time job if I just needed to. But I feel like, why do I need to if I already have interpreting income? I already am interpreting. So it ain't like I'm just zero. So I'm like, full-time job is kind of like, it's a trade-off. You know what I'm saying? It sound good in a way, but it's like, because just the stability, right? Like me working as a freelancer, they don't pay me for my idle time. So if I'm waiting, sitting there waiting on the call, they don't pay for that, right? They do not pay for that. I don't get paid for that, right? I'm just whatever. So, but if I'm on a call, I get paid, which is cool. So I'm thinking like a full-time job sound appealing only because it's like you getting paid every hour for your time, right? So I don't know. It's like you sort of kind of stuck between, but it's like I sort of kind of still feel like it's the upper hand with the freelance at the end of the day. You know, I just feel like freelance just give you more long term potential. You just gotta work at it. You know what I'm saying? Taking a full time job would be more out of panic. So you said, how, bro? Hey, bro, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm just talking about my current business that I'm growing, and I'm talking about freelancing versus working a full time job, and I'm talking about my current situation that I'm actually trying to navigate right now. That's what I'm talking about. But Mexico is doing good. Mexico, I think it's good here. I'm loving it here. You know, I've been here almost 6 years. I feel a sense of freedom in a way of being here. So you said I speak English and Italian, but I would not. Right, right. It's very. It takes some time. So you make me feel good that I didn't pass that portion. High five. You make me feel good. Because like I say, I passed the consecutive. Consecutive means like you say what you need to say, like voy a la tienda, and then I say I'm going to the store. So I passed it with an 80. And then I passed the site translation where you got to look at a document, you got to translate in Spanish, and then you got to translate in English too. I passed it. I think I passed it with a 90, but it was just this simultaneous portion was hard. So, and I sort of kind of felt like I knew I failed in a way, but I only got to take that one section again. That's it. I don't have to take the entire test, which I'm like, yes, I don't have to take the entire thing. So I think the second time, I think I'm going to pass. Right. So I have that plus the freelancing I'm already doing. So that'll be really good, I think. So it's either that or I try to like accept the full time job offer. So what do you think the best? Do you think it's best for me to try that again or just jump into the full time offer? The full time job offer. And see the risk with both of them. It's a risk with each one. So the risk with the freelance gig that I'm talking about, where I have to take the test again, the risk with that is what if I just don't pass? Or in the other risk is what if the workload is not as much as they say? So there's two risks. The risk with the full-time job that's remote would be like, what if they don't allow me to work in Mexico? And I gotta pay to ship stuff to me, which I'll be out of more money doing that than it would be for me to take the test. Even if I took the test twice, if I failed twice and took it 3 times, I would be more out of money doing it. So you said, and out of time because, you know, it's a full-time job. You said, yeah, I get you. When it is your brain is in one language, you are capable of replying. But when it go back and forth, it takes a slight second to download any reply. Right, right. So the material that they want me to interpret in simultaneous, and I'm glad that I'm this good, you know, because like I say, Spanish is not my first language, but I was just good enough to even get a 60.98. So I was this close to respond to that. You say you want to donate? Okay, what you need to know, what you need my cash out or something? I take donations too. Yeah, I got a 60.98 on that. I only needed a 70 to pass. You know, and like I say, Spanish is not my native language. It's not. I'm all from the South. South from Memphis, Tennessee. But I still got that close. And like I say, I also passed the other portions. It was 3 portions. I passed 2 portions, but I only needed that simultaneous. So that's what I'm saying. If you want to donate, I can tell you my cash app. I have no problem with that. Yeah. So right, it's so that's what my question I'm asking you directly. Would you try to retake that test, even though you're not sure if it's gonna be the workload available that they telling you that is gonna be available, and you're not even sure 100% you're gonna pass the second time? Would you pay that $130 to do that, or would you take a chance and try to take the full-time job, the remote job full-time, and try to just work that and be like, forget the test? Right, but you would have to pay to ship that to you anyway, and you don't even know if they're going to say anything about you working, you know, out of the country or whatever. So what would you do? Tell me, what would you do? Like I already kind of got my mind made up. So it's like, yeah, I got my mind pretty much made up. Like I know what I'm gonna pretty much do, but I don't know. I just want to hear from y'all. Like would y'all try to just take that particular section again for 130? Or would you try to just forget it and be like, let's just do full remote, full-time job offer? What would you do? Oh, thank you. What would you do? We had I am Jones responding. Yeah, we had him responding. I don't see you responding now, but yeah, I just want to know what would you do? Oh, so you why would you take a full-time offer? What would make you take the full-time job offer? Cause it's like, the risk with that is if you don't know if they would figure out that you don't know if they will allow you to be in a different country. You don't really know. So your chance would be you would spend money to have equipment shipped to you, but then they could possibly know that you're not in such, the country where they want you to be, or the area they want you to be in. So you risk that. So why would you just take the full time job offer? Mm. You said simply because you are not certain you can start your own business. Well, I just need leverage, more leverage. That's what I'm saying. More leverage on like I say, I'm already interpreting through two agencies, which is flexible, right? But I can tell that I need like at least a third. Yeah, this kind of that true. Like, but it's like I'm not certain on neither one of them. Really, 100% sure. Like, because I'm in Mexico, of course, I don't honestly know 100%. Well, I'm gonna put it like this: I can work anywhere in the U.S. with this particular company. Definitely, I can work anywhere in the U.S. I was told that, and they not strict on this, so they make me believe that okay, I can work in Mexico, no problem. You know what I'm saying? But the risk is, okay, what if they say something about that? Okay, the risk with the test is I'm not 100% sure about the workload with the test, so that's the difference. Like if I take the test again, if I pass, I'm not sure if it's gonna be as much work as they said. Okay, somebody said, yeah, I'm in Mexico. Somebody said that full time job could give you the security you're looking for to break up on your own. Okay. Yeah, this is not a hotel. This is not a hotel. This is an apartment, okay? And it's not cheap. It's just an old building. But it's not cheap. No, not no cheap hotel. Um but yeah, so y'all say a full time job. So you think I should just take my chances on the full time job and just work that? And just if they say something, I just get fired. So you think that's what I should do? You don't think I should just try to test again and try to do that? You said, I hear you, but just imagine you start a small business and your employees see you are quite as qualified as them. What do you mean? What do you mean about that? Like if I start a small business? Like what do you mean? Because I wanted you to understand the breakdown of everything. I don't know if you really understand what I'm breaking down, like what I'm trying to like pretty much decide between. I don't know if you quite get like the exact gist of it. So you say you would take the full. It sound kind of good taking that full time job. I ain't gonna lie. Right? It do kind of sound. You said, I mean, full time is more secure, but as they work out the employment process with the full time, you can make sure you're qualified. Well, I know well, right. I just see the thing about the full time job. I don't know if they would allow me to work from Mexico, like out of the country. I don't know. Like I don't know how much they enforced it. Right. So that's the problem with it. But the other company that I was telling you about, they flexible. But I just don't know what the workload would be, even though they said it's a lot of work. They said it's a lot of work. So should I just take their word for that and just take the test again? And then just combine it with my current freelance income? You just said you want to start your own business. Yeah, I do want to start yeah, I do want to start I already started my own business. Well, they said I can work anywhere in the US. That's what they said. And they said I didn't have to say nothing about that. But I just want to know how likely would they probably track if I was outside of the US. That's what I wanted to know. Like, would they be actually looking and seeing, like, oh, because he's outside? Because they said they don't care if I work anywhere in the US. But I just don't know how likely would they be tracking. Would they have a GPS on their systems? I don't know. So, but that's the only way I would be able to work for a full time job. But other than that, like I say, the other option is the freelancing that I'm telling you about. Right. You get what I'm saying, y'all get what I'm saying, right? Like if I take the if I take, it's two risks to both things that I'm telling y'all, right? And I can make two decisions, right? Let's break this down so y'all can just understand what I'm saying. Okay, so my business, go with the second option. Well, I did ask them, and they did say that I could work anywhere in the U.S. So I was thinking like, okay, well, maybe if I can work anywhere in the U.S., it probably wouldn't be a problem if I worked outside, right? So like to break it down, I already got my own company, right? But I'm just not getting the clientele, right, that I need right now, right? But I technically got my own website that's already done. I just need clients. Got my own business already, right? I got the skills, right? So this one separate thing. All right. I'm currently freelancer for agencies that allow me to work anywhere. Like they don't care about it. Okay. I'm getting income from those, right? So I'm kind of okay with that, but a full time would pay more than that, right? Either that full time or the retaking the test and that potentially adding more income. But I just don't 100% know if the workload is as much as the person told me it would be. Like you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? So what do you think? That's what I'm saying. Oh, okay, just check. Well, man, I asked them. They pretty much said they don't have license in Mexico. That's what they said. They don't have license. Well, I didn't say Mexico, but they said they just don't have license anywhere else. That's what they said. But I'm still trying to also survive, so I don't know how much they enforce it. That's what I'm saying. They basically told me that, but I just don't know how much they would enforce it if I actually did try. You know what I'm saying? Because I really don't have a choice. I gotta do something. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like I was going more with the second option. Yeah, I was kind of. Thank you for the quality content. I enjoyed watching your stream while taking my. Oh Lord, y'all too personal. But yeah, that is really like I'm going really more with the second option. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of what I'm going with because it's more flexible. It's definitely more flexible. But I just don't know the workload. I'm not 100% sure that if I get it, that it's gonna be like the workload that they telling me, and then I don't know if I'm gonna pass, but I can also take it as many times as I need to. I just have to pay, right? So y'all get what I'm saying, right? I mean, it's pretty clear. So either option I do, I'm gonna support my own business. With either option I choose, I'm supporting my own business. Like that's what I'm gonna be doing. So, right, you get what I'm saying? Like the U.S. company already has said that they don't have a license in any other countries, but at the same time, I would have to take a risk to just hope that I could do it with no problem. That'll be a risk that I would take, right? And I could possibly get fired, right? But it's a risk, right? Then with the exam, it's a risk that I might not pass again, and it's a risk that it may not be as much work as they say. Those are the risks. My own company, I already got my own company. I just don't have the clientele that I need. I'm trying to get myself out there. So that's really it. Yeah, it's not really any other thing than that. So what do y'all think? What would y'all do if y'all were me? Any answers? Anybody gonna want to say something? What would you do? Would you take a chance on a full-time job anyway and just see if you can be okay with it? Would you just try to take the test again and see if you could do it that way? Because if I try to take the full-time job, of course I got to pay the money to ship everything, go get it. So there's more money doing that than it would be for me to take the test again. Right? So what would you try? Full-time sound good because it's like stability. Yes, I'm American. Yes, I'm American. Yes. So you would go with the full-time job just off the rip? That's what you would do? You wouldn't try to take the test again and try to pass to add on to what you currently making? And then not have to really worry. Oh, so that's what you would do. Man, you got me thinking different because I wasn't thinking about that at first. I was like, okay, would you take a chance and just go ahead and just try to work anyway? I could do what later? What you think I can do later? Um, yeah. So what make you not go with the option two? What make you not just go ahead and just take the test again and try to pass? What make you not say do that? Like, what's your specific reason you would just be like, okay, I'll just take the test. I mean, I won't take the test again. Hey, what's up, Melvin? Go ahead, subscribe if you're not subscribed, Melvin. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you're feeling nostalgia, now I'm talking about the full-time job versus the freelancing. And I'm talking about making a decision. So why wouldn't you go with the test thing? Cause like with the test, you can use your own equipment. If I pass the test and get the job, I could work with my own equipment. It won't have to be me doing all that. Oh, okay. So let me break it down for you. Okay. So as you know, I already work as a freelancer, right? Like I'm already an interpreter. So I have two sources of income, but they're kind of sort of up and down, right? So don't know about it like an income that's kind of sort of like up and down, like, but it's still been pretty steady enough at the minimum, right? It ain't just been like no, just zero, right? It hasn't been it. So, I'm still able to, I'm saying, but there was a third option that I could add on to my current income, right? And with that, I would consider stable at that point, right? So I took an exam, which was for interpretation, and I speak Spanish fluently, right? I speak it fluently. So on this particular exam, there's 3 sections. There's simultaneous, it's consecutive, and it's sight translation. Out of the 3 sections, I passed 2 of the sections. I would need to retake the one more section again, just one section, and pass it for them to give me access to their clients, which would be another agency that I would add on to my current agency, right? The person has told me that there's work available all the time. I don't know if there's work available all the time because, people can say anything. I don't know. But in a perfect world, if I pass the test and I start working, I'll be good. I won't even worry about the full-time job because I feel like I perceive that it'll be enough based on that, and then also my current freelance work I'm doing, right? So that's in a perfect world, right? If that go good, it's a perfect world. So that's kind of why I sort of lean more towards that. But yes, would you rather that agency or the full-time job? If it's stable like they say, I'll prefer the agency just all day, right? Because I'll still have the flexibility. It'll increase my income, and I won't have to worry about nobody shipping no equipment. It would be so if it's like they said, I would take the agency, because I would just be adding on, stacking my current agencies I have. So it's really the real point, or the real thing that I'm trying to say is stability. Stability. If stability can come from that, more stability, I'm gonna go with that. And like I said, they've already said that it is just an amount of work, an unlimited amount of work available. So like I said, in a perfect world, if I pass it and I start, it's pretty good. And I will be working less. I will be working less than a full-time job. I'll be working less, right? And it'll still stabilize me more. You know what I'm saying? So this kind of okay, this why I'm kind of leaning towards it. You said them get in touch with the full-time and work out the location thing, then see. See, the thing about the full-time job, I'm almost because I've sort of kind of danced around this before, trying to sort of kind of figure out okay, would I be able to work a full-time job being in a different country? And I think from what I can conclude from it, and like I say, I'm not 100% sure, but no one's going to actually tell you yes. I don't think anyone's going to actually tell you yes. Right? So I would be taking the chance at doing it if I did it. That's just it on it. There would be a chance that I'll have to take. So either way, I'm gonna have to take a chance either way. Cause no one's gonna say that, oh yeah, you can work there. I know how that works, right? So it's do I take my chance and get the full-time job and get fired? Just be forget it. If I get fired, I get fired. If I can do it, I can do it. Or do I go and just go ahead and take the test? Which I know that I can work anywhere with that. That's pretty much the equation. I don't have to really ask them. It's just a matter of how much would they enforce it or not. So there's really, I know that they don't verbally allow it. Yeah, I already know that they don't. Right. I already know if I try to get the full-time job, I know that they don't verbally allow it. I would have to just do it and just not say nothing about it. That's the only way to do that. And then if I do the test again and do that, I mean, they're flexible. They're very flexible. They don't care. So you see what I'm saying? It's 2 risks. It's 2 different risks. So one risk is, okay, one is saying that, you really technically can't, right? Or they, right? And another one is saying you can, but the risk is I need to pass that test. And if I don't, right? So you got what I'm saying. So what do you think now that you know that? I'm from Memphis, Tennessee originally, but I live in Mexico. Which way are you willing to jump? Ooh, I liked it. I liked it. I liked it. Oh, Lord. Man, I feel like this. this is what I was saying earlier. So I was saying that, okay, if I was to take the full-time job that I'm telling you about, it's gonna cost me money to have to pay and get equipment shipped, to go get the equipment. It would be a lot of equipment. So what I was saying is gonna be more money to do that, to take that risk, than it would be to take the test. To take the test is $130, okay, for me to retake it. If I fail one time, I can take it again, pay an extra $130. I could be able to do that, right? But it'll unlock more income for me, right? And I ain't gotta worry about like not being flexible. Right. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. That's right. Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I know I was on the right path. I know I was. I just want to hear what y'all said, what y'all was saying though, just to, cause this is my channel, and I'm like, I wanted like, see what's going on. I'm human. So yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I'm like, you might as well, cause I had a situation I'm gonna tell y'all about. It was this one company that was a U.S. based company, right? And man, I was so upset about what happened. I'm gonna tell you. So it was this one company. I don't like saying no company name. I'm not saying no company names. Okay, this is just me telling you what happened. So it was last year, probably around October or something. But they sent me a job offer. It was like in August, and I was in Mexico. Of course, I've been here almost 6 years, and they didn't necessarily say that I couldn't work in Mexico or I couldn't work nowhere, right? They ain't necessarily put no rules down saying the restrictions or nothing. So I was like, because I got a U.S. address, so and stuff. So they shipped it to my U.S. address, my equipment and stuff that I was gonna be working with. So I had it shipped to me in Mexico, right? It was shipped to me, and I had to pay like $300, almost $400, right, to have it shipped to me. And I had a start date with them. Everything was remote, so I didn't have to be in person or nothing like that. Everything was just training. Everything was remote, so I'm like, I'm good. Like they haven't said that I couldn't work. I'm like, I'm good. So what ended up happening was I did something where I said, I'm gonna have it shipped directly to Mexico, directly. So it's got to go through customs. It's got to do all of it, right? So I had my start date, and based on the shipping date when it was gonna get to me in Mexico, it was like 1 day, right? So I rode with it. I'm like, okay, that's good. It's 1 day. I'm gonna have it in time. Man, customs took. I had to call the company that I was gonna be working for and tell them like, I gotta start later. That's what I said. I gotta start later. So they was like, okay, you can start a week later. They was cool with it. Don't you know that the equipment still was not here after a week? After a whole week? So I lost the job offer. I was like, I lost it. I lost it all because of when it was shipped to Mexico, they held it. And then on top of it, was trying to charge me an extra $700. You hear me? They was trying to charge me $700 for me to get it out of customs. And then I'm like, I called the job and asked them, well, can I still start? And they was like, no, you can't start now. It's too late. Send the equipment back. So I'm like, I didn't pay the $700 for Mexico. I did not pay it. Right. On top, I had already paid $300 to get it shipped to me in Mexico, right? $300. And they said it was going to take 1 day, right? But because it got to go through customs and stuff like that, it take, forever. Like it took forever. And when it finally got here, it was too late for me to start the remote position. It was already too late. So, and I didn't pay the $700, right? I didn't pay it, so I didn't get it. So they end up destroying the equipment. So I just had to tell the job what really happened, and they let it go. But that was crazy. So I'm like, I never would do that again. It was the worst feeling in the world. Like I'm telling you, it was bad. They was talking about legal action, like I'm stealing. They was talking about that, which I wasn't stealing because I never got it technically. But it was crazy. Like I was just so. It was the worst feeling for 2025. Like because I was this close. Like I did everything. I had orientation, interviews. I got it. Like I was, but I it was crazy. So that was before I knew about the test that I got to retake. I didn't know about this other opportunity back then. It was just, but yeah. So you said, which way am I willing to jump? Yeah. So I think I would just take the test again and see. I think that's really the best option. And then it's aligned with what I already do now. Like, yeah. But if I was just not making no money and I wasn't working at all, I think I would probably take the full-time job. But I'm not that pressed, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that pressed to where it's like an emergency. I think if it was an emergency type thing, like if I'm broke as hell, I think I would go with the full-time job. If I just was like, man, I just gotta have it, I'm gonna be on the streets or something like that. If it was like that, I would take the full-time job. But because I'm okay, I'm like, okay, I don't have to just rush into taking it. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to rush into it like that. Are you currently live? Yeah, I'm currently live on YouTube. Yeah, I'm here. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. So we having a topic. That's pretty much the main, pretty much all of it though. Where you from, Brooke? I don't know where you from. I've been talking all this time. I don't even know where you from. But I'm happy. I'm happy to share things with y'all so I can so I'm not Indian. No, I'm black. So yeah, I'm happy to share things with you so I can just share them. You know, it's my channel. It's the human side of me. So I think taking the test again would be a better option. Well, I don't want to say nothing about how much I make or nothing like that. I mean, all I can say is just, you know, I work freelance and um like I said, it's up and down. Like it's not really just always the same, but it's not so little to where like I have to rush into the full time job. It's not like that. Thank you. Thank you, y'all. Thank you, y'all. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into nothing about no figures or how much I make or nothing like that. That's not something I want to get into. I'm just giving y'all my situation, and I was just trying to just tell y'all my options and see what y'all thought. That's all I was. But thank you. Go ahead and subscribe for the smile, cause I'm gonna be dancing. So yeah. So ideally, I hope to get my company up, get more people, like get more clients. That's what I'm hoping to do. And my end goal was I'm gonna just one day, hopefully, not to have to even freelance for an agency or get a full time job. That's what I'm gonna hope that soon that I ain't gonna gotta do. So, like I said, I got my own website. So with that, of course, I can work anywhere because it's my website. So that's my end goal. My end goal is to have enough clients so I don't have to work for no full time job or I ain't gotta work no what you call it no full time job or no freelance. You know, I don't understand y'all language. I don't understand it. I only speak French and Spanish. I only speak French and Spanish. I don't know if Brooke is still there. I don't know if she's still there, but I was talking to her, so it was like, oh, y'all speaking Arabic with each other? Yeah, y'all Arabic. But go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and subscribe. If y'all like the content, though. But thank y'all for being here. I just was good. Everything good, y'all. Everything good. Everything good. Yep, I was just talking about my decision making. And it's pretty much over now. I've talked enough about that. And I already knew what I was going to do. I already pretty much knew that it sounded more attractive to just retaking the test. They just sound more attractive because, I mean, you got to study, but, I mean, where am I from? I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. Oh, it's a test for freelancing, for a freelance job. Like I currently freelance. I'm a Spanish English interpreter. I got my own website, but I actually freelance to leverage my business. Like, cause when you start in a business, you gotta make money, right? And you don't start out making money. So what I do is I freelance to leverage my business, and I'm trying to add on another freelance gig, and I need to retake a portion of a test in order to do it. Right, I just need to do that. So if I can pass the test the second time, I potentially would have access to more work potentially. But I just don't know 100% sure if I'll pass the second time, and I don't know if they're gonna have the volume of work that they saying that they have. I don't know. That's the only risk with that is me paying for it. Gotta pay. Don't know if the work volume is gonna be like they say, and me not passing it for the second time. Them the three risks. But it's still better than me just to sit with my arms folded. So it's still better, you know. But like I say, my dream is that I get customers on my website, russelltrilingual.com. I'm trying to get customers that want to learn Spanish and they want to learn English or French. So if I can get that going to some stable customers, I'll be good. So it's just a matter, you know, when you start in a business, you got to leverage. You got to leverage your business. It's just what it takes. Where y'all from? All y'all Arabic? No, I'm not selling software. I'm not selling software. I'm selling so Spanish lessons, French lessons, so basic to intermediate French lessons, and Spanish to English interpretation. So I work with different fields, different fields. I work with schools. It could be immigration appointments. It could be um, clinics like health, you know. But I'm trying to get customers for my website so I can start working more independently. So I don't have to depend on platforms and stuff like that. So I need to just figure a way that I can market my my skills, right? My website, so I can just go full time and just work for myself. That's my end goal. That's my end goal. So y'all can give me some tips if y'all want to. It seems like it's hard to market because it seems like I got a Facebook page, but I think you gotta pay for ads. Don't y'all think y'all gotta pay for ads? Like if you're trying to start a business, because it seemed like online, if I just post stuff, I had got one client on my website, but they canceled. I had one client, but I'm trying to figure out like how can I market online to make sure I can get clients? Because it's like I feel so stuck in the middle. It's like I can work for freelance companies and they got clients. They got clients, right? But I be saying in my head, wow, if I had the clients, it'd just be a better position. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, I'm trying to really see how I can market myself so I can really get more clients. Like I do my YouTube videos, but of course I dance. I do interpreting. I don't even know. I didn't even know if it was really a good idea to have my dancing and sort of kind of like this um talking about my business on one channel. At first I was kind of unsure, but then I'm like, well, nothing wrong with it because it's like, I mean, you hear me. I mean, you know, I'm not some cold corporate person. I'm original. I'm myself. You know what I'm saying? But on my website, I don't really make my dancing stand out like that. I just have like my language is like my main thing you see on there, but you can still click on the vibe zone, which will take people to like the old 90s nostalgia. You know, do you know? No, I don't know Morocco, but I do speak French. I do speak French. Yeah, I do know English too. I do speak English. So y'all go ahead and subscribe to the channel if y'all not subscribed. I actually went live earlier and I didn't stay on long because I was working. So now I'm doing it for a second time. So, so what's going on, y'all? Right. I teach language. Yeah, I teach Spanish and I teach French. But I'm trying to get customers, you know, that actually want to learn. And I don't know how realistic it is. And I interpret Spanish and English interpretation. So like I say, I'm talking about, you know, doing this freelancing, possibly doing a full-time job remotely. I'm talking about all of that. But it's still at the same time to support my business. Cause like I said, if I can just get my business more up off the ground, then I won't even be worrying about no full time or other agency. But I'm like, if they can do it, I know I can do it. You know. You said cool. So teach language for your business. That's good. So just teach. Yeah, I want to teach language and interpret. I want to do both. That's what I got on my website. Teach language, but I need clients, right? I'm not asking y'all for clients specifically, but I'm just saying where I stand, right? Tu parles le français aussi? Oh, très bien, très bien. Pourquoi tu es là? Pourquoi tu es là sur mon live? t'as vu une vidéo ou que tu aimes ou dis-moi dans les commentaires. You can go to a foreign country, makes lots of money. Well, I'm already in a foreign country. I'm in Mexico. I'm already in a foreign country. Does that count? I'm in Mexico. And I already have a website where I can teach English, but I don't know if I need to promote myself better, if I need to go out in the streets and no, I'm not in the US. No, I'm not. I'm from the US, yes. No, I'm from the US. Maybe I'm not being active enough. I don't know. What y'all think? I'm in Mexico, so do y'all think I can just go ahead and just... Because I'm trying to do everything remotely. Like, I'm not trying to really go out. But do you think I need to go out and, like, actually try to actually teach people in person? Comment tu parles le français? T'as appris le français tout seul ou c'est ton 12e langue? Parce que je sais que parfois les Arabes parlent deux langues. Parfois ils parlent l'anglais, l'arabe et le français. So I can speak French too. So I'm speaking French now. Joe Rogan, I don't know. I don't know Italian. Yeah, you saying you know Italian? I'm on my tablet over here, y'all. So my tablet over here at the same time. But yeah, so what do y'all think of y'all opinions though about my situation? Do you think I should... Well, I already got my answer. Like I talked about it earlier and I already know what I'm gonna do. But this is my website. This is my website right here. Russell Trilingual, see, with the things I teach: French, Spanish, and Spanish interpretation, and I got the vibes on where I dance. Yeah, so you said bonjour au Maroc. Nous parlons français, arabe, anglais, espagnol, qui sont des langues très importantes. Salutations. Salut depuis le Mexique, mon ami. Tu es déjà abonné ou tu es déjà abonné ou pas encore à ma chaîne? See, I speak French. You like the nice layout? Yeah, see, those is the services, right? These are the services I offer, right? See, book a French lesson. This is all the service I offer. On here. Right here. Book a practice session, practice session. Right here. Yeah. So, tu es déjà abonné, mon ami? So he speak French. You know, my channel actually coming together because at first when I was on here, I didn't have people speak French on my live. Now I got people speaking French. You said, cool, but what's your fluency level for French? It doesn't seem 100%. No. I would probably say like a B2, possibly B1. Mon niveau de français, c'est un niveau B1, B2, je crois. Tu parles le français aussi? Je peux faire le live en français si tu veux. Je peux le faire en français. Le niveau plus bas, c'est le A1. C'est la A1 et le niveau plus haut, c'est le C2. Okay, but do you speak French also? No, I don't think my level is 100%, definitely. I mean, even a native person, French is not 100%. So I don't think it's 100%, but on my website, I'm honest, I'm a B2. I can teach basic to intermediate. And I'm still growing, I'm still improving. But I know my Spanish is better, definitely. My Spanish is definitely better. Because I've lived in Mexico for 6 years. Almost 6 years. Right, but how you know? How would you know that I don't speak French good? Like, how would you know? Like, I mean, I'm not a native speak French speaker. I'm not native. Oui, je suis professeur. J'ai mon site web que j'ai montré. J'ai montré mon site web ici. Et je suis professeur d'espagnol aussi et l'anglais. Je fais tout ça sur mon site web. Like, je peux comprendre tout ce que tout que tu m'écris. Je peux comprendre tout. Ok, yeah. Mais je ne suis pas natif. Like, I'm not native, though. I'm not trying to say I'm native. I mean, I'm not. Right, I'm not a native. Ravi de vous raconter. Toi aussi, mon ami. Tu vas aller? Tu dois partir? I couldn't really. Okay. So I can speak Spanish better, though. Like, I definitely speak Spanish better. I know that. A lot better. But my French is still, I would say, about a B1, B2, something like that. All right. Anybody else? I think I'm about to end the live now. That's about it. Je crois que je vais m'aller. Je crois que je vais m'en aller. Hola. Oh, hola. ¿Cómo estás? ¿Hablas español? Sí, mi español es mejor. Lo hablo mejor. So it's A1 to C2. I think in Spanish I gotta be about a C1 or C2. Like, porque hablo bien, como llevo años aquí en México. Pero se nota que sí hablo mejor el español que el francés, pero igual hablo francés. Pero pues veo que no hay, pues no veo tanto trabajo para el francés. C2 is the highest, yes, C2 is the highest. You mean I'm good in what, in Spanish? Tu parles de langue. Okay. Teach me French. You want me to teach you French? Okay, so you go on my website, I'll teach you. How old are you? Quel âge? Tu as quel âge? Tu as quel âge, mon ami? Yeah, toi. Yeah, how old are you? Oh, they resent it. Uh-uh. Did they send that twice? They sent that twice. Why did they send that twice? It's crazy. They sent that twice. All right, so I'll just probably do it. Does age matter? I'm just asking you, how old are you? This all. It doesn't matter though. I'm just saying average. That's everybody. The age, almost everybody. Quel âge? Tu as quel âge, Malak? How old is Malak? I'm sneak. Man, this person is lying to me. I donated 1,000 to my super chat. You can donate it to my Cash App if you wanted to. But I know you ain't donated to no super chat. Okay, they didn't send that to me twice. I'm like, how they send it twice? A no reply email. Let me see. J'ai 30 ans, tu as 30 ans. Tu es déjà abonné? Tu es déjà abonné? Qu'est-ce que tu amènes à ma chaîne? Qu'est-ce que tu amènes? Tu comprends ce que je dis? Je te demande, qu'est-ce que tu amènes à ma chaîne? Like, share, and subscribe. Yes, yes, yes. It'll help me out. It helps me out. Qu'est-ce que tu amènes à ma chaîne? Tu comprends ce que je dis? Qu'est-ce que tu amènes à ma chaîne? Tu ne comprends pas, mais je crois que Malak Amzia peut comprendre ce que je dis. Tu peux comprendre ce que je dis? Je vois pas ton message. Je vois pas ton message, mon ami. Malak, tu es là? Tu es là? T'es là, t'es là, Malak? T'es là? J'ai 37 ans. Yeah, I'm saying I'm 37. I'm here. I'm asking, are you there? Okay. Y'all, I think this about it now, because I like y'all gone now. Je crois que c'est tout pour maintenant. OK. Oh, vous pouvez répéter votre question. J'ai demandé qu'est-ce que tu as amené à ma chaîne? Pourquoi tu es là? Qu'est-ce que tu adores de ma chaîne? Tu adores quoi? Tu adores quoi sur mon chaîne? I'm back. Fishing Club Forever. I remember that name. Yeah. Vous pouvez répéter votre question. Oui. Pourquoi tu es là? Pourquoi tu es en machine? Hey, I've been on here for so long now. I'm probably not going to be on here much longer. Because I already been on here like over an hour. Voulez-vous dire ce que j'aime dans... Oui. Qu'est-ce que tu aimes dans ma chaîne? Dis-moi. Yeah. Dis-moi qu'est-ce que tu aimes dans ma chaîne. Parce que je danse, je fais des vidéos en français, je fais des vidéos en anglais et en espagnol. Je sais le français, mais je fais les vidéos courtes. Je fais les vidéos courtes en français, je fais les vidéos courtes en espagnol. Oui, ça fait presque 6 ans que je vis au Mexique. Presque 6 ans. No, it's not sunny, it's dark. It's dark here. It's nighttime. Okay, let me see. Oh, yeah, it's dark here. Yeah. Yeah, but y'all, I'm done tonight. I'm getting hungry. J'ai faim. Je vais manger quelque chose. Honnêtement, c'est la première fois que je vois votre chaîne, mais j'ai adoré votre français. Il est absolument merveilleux. Oh, merci mon ami. Tu es très poli. Très poli pour dire ça. J'essaie de pratiquer mon français tous les jours. Je regarde les séries en français. Mais c'est un peu difficile de pratiquer le français avec les gens parce que je vis au Mexique et ici je parle, la plupart du temps, je parle en espagnol. Bien sûr, bien sûr. Mais j'aime bien le français et je crois que c'est pas nécessaire de, de, euh, de pratiquer. Qu'est-ce que je veux dire? C'est pas nécessaire de. Je ne stresse pas. Je ne stresse pas de ne parler pas tous les jours. Parce que j'aime simplement la langue. J'aime bien le français. Mais Il est absolument merveilleux. OK, mais je dois y aller maintenant parce que j'ai faim. J'ai faim. Je dois manger quelque chose. J'ai la dalle. J'ai la dalle. Je crois que je vais manger du poisson. Du poisson. Du poisson. Oui, je vais manger ça. Peut-être avec du riz. Je sais pas encore, mais je vais manger le poisson. Yeah. Yeah, I'm speaking in French saying I'm going to eat some fish. That's what I'm saying. And having a conversation. Yeah. All right, y'all. All right. À bientôt. Y'all, bye. À bientôt. À la prochaine. Prends bien soin de toi. Prends bien soin de toi, mon ami. Prends bien soin de toi. Au revoir, mon ami. Tu as fait un excellent travail en fournissant un contenu agréable. Continue comme ça. Merci pour tes mots, mon ami. Ça me fait plaisir. À bientôt. Fais-moi un câlin. Un câlin. Je te fais un câlin.